Good morning, students. I am Dipalee Gawai, Government B.Ed College of Akola. We have learning in B.Ed second year. In our third semester, we have take a practical named internship. So due to internship, we have completed my internship in online on your school New English High School Akola. So today we have teach on 5th standard subject English. So today we have teach on 5th standard and subjects English. So in this English subject, I will teach you a little and very interesting prose. But I will teach you the prose. Before that, I will ask some questions to you. It is very easy and I hope you know it very well. So I will say some sounds and you must be identify that sounds. Okay? Do you know the sound ding dong?
Bell.
Yes, the sound ding dong. It is the sound of bell. Now tell me the sound tring tring.
Phone.
Yes, tring tring means phone. Then now tell me what is the sound clap clap.
With 2 hands.
Okay, you can make a clap clap with 2 hands. Then tell me which is the sound that we knock knock knock
On the door.
on the door. We can knock on the door. Now tell me which type of sound that we make by hammer.
Tong tong. Tock tock.
Yes, the sound with the make by hammer, it is tong tong tock tock. Okay, so student, today our topic is related to that sound name tong tong tock tock for a long. Okay, so the prose for today. So today we have learned the prose name tong tong tock tock for the all long. Okay, so here we write down our prose name tong tong tock tock. Okay, the prose name is tock tock. Here make a 2 times sound. Okay, tock tock. Then tong tong all day long. Okay, so that is today's sub-unit name Tock Tock Tong Tong all day long. So student, here a very interesting topic in the 5th standard textbooks name My English book 5. So in this My English book 5, in the unit number 4, there is on the page number 53 have an interesting prose named Tock Tock Tong Tong all day long. So what the prose name or why the title of this prose name Tong Tong Tock Tock? Because it's the sound of some instrument that the people use. So firstly we have read the prose. Then I will explain it what is in this prose, and then I have explained with details. So students, here prose Tock Tock Tong Tong all day long. So in this prose there is long ago in the far away a land of Korea. So which is the land? That is Korea land. There was a minister. Minister means a people who works for a king of this Korea. So there was a minister. On the right of his house, means this minister's house, there lived a blacksmith. Blacksmith means a people who make instrument of iron like axe, then weed. So that types of instrument, the people who make with the help of iron, with the help of his instrument like a hammer and any other, it is called as a blacksmith. So in the right side of his house there is live a blacksmith, and in his left side of the minister's house, in this house of his left side, there live a carpenter. So there lived a carpenter. Carpenter means a person who make furnitures like a table, like a chair, then sofa, then bed, door, window, with the help of his instrument. So in between of blacksmith and carpenter, between a minister is live there. The blacksmith and the carpenter began their work early in the morning. They began their work early in the morning. Tong, tong, tong. Tong, tong, tong. The blacksmith beat the iron with his big hammer. With his big hammer. And tock, tock, tock. The carpenter worked with his small hammer. Karr, karr, karr. He used his saw. Saw means that we use to cut the wood. To cut the wood. So he used his saw to cut the wood. They work day and night. The both are means the blacksmith and the carpenter, they work their house all day and night, made of a lot of noise. Lot of noise means it is very difficult to hear it. Then no one can concentrate on that time. All that noise disrupt the minister. So the sound made by carpenter and blacksmith with his instrument, that is very noisy sound, and these noisy sound always disrupt to that minister who work in a king of Korea. I must do something about his. He thought that I must be do something. Otherwise, that a noisy sound make me so mental. He thought that. So, in a second stanza, he say, one day the minister called the blacksmith. I order you to shift your house somewhere else. Then he called the carpenter and gave him same order. After a few days, the blacksmith went to the minister. I am moving my house tomorrow. He told the minister. The minister was happy. He said, that's very kind of you. You are such a good man. Please stay for a lunch today. He said, please stay for lunch today. Then the carpenter come. I am also moving my house. He said, I am also moving my house tomorrow. He told the minister. The minister was overjoyed. He feels so happy. Oh no. Oh no. You are too kind. Please stay for lunch today. He said he offered a lunch or some food to the blacksmith. The minister offered his neighbors many tasty dishes, sweets and fruits. Then he said goodbye to them. The next day, when the minister went to the bed, he thought, at last I will have some peace. There is no noise. Tomorrow when I get up, I will listen to the sweet sound of birds. How nice it will be. He thought that. But the next morning, the minister woke up with the sound of tong, 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 tick, 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 or kar, kar, kar again. He get annoyed, means he was so angry. He called his servants, go and see who making all that noise. After some time, the servants come back. They had some news for the minister. The carpenter and the blacksmith. The carpenter and the blacksmith have moved their house. They exchanged their house. The blacksmith has moved to the carpenter's house and the carpenter has moved to the blacksmith's house. The blacksmith and carpenter carried on their work in their house day and night. So that is the prose. So we have read it again. Now we have explained it. Okay. So look at on your textbook. That is the first paragraph. Here you can see on the picture there is a house of minister, and he take a fingers on his hand. He was made by so many sounds. So he was so annoyed. Means he feel so many difficulties. Okay, he nothing need a peace on his life, because in between his house, right side there is a blacksmith and right side there is a carpenter, and both are make a lot of sound with his instrument. Okay, that is tock tock, tick tick, kar kar, and that all sounds make a minister to annoyed. So you can see on the picture then the first paragraph of this poem that he say a long ago, means there are a lot of years ago, in a far away land of Korea. Okay, Korea is name of a country. So in this land of Korea there lived a king, and in his king makes a minister. So he is a minister of this king. On the right side of his house there lived a blacksmith. Blacksmith means a person who makes iron instrument. Here we write down a blacksmith. So what do you mean by blacksmith? Blacksmith in Marathi it is called as lohar. Lohar means the person who makes iron instrument. Which are the iron instruments? Like a axe, hammer. Okay, so the person do it, it is called as blacksmith. So in this minister's right side live a blacksmith. Blacksmith means a person who make a iron instrument like axe, hammer, and many other. Second, in the left side of the minister's house there is lived a carpenter. Here we write carpenter. So what do you mean by carpenter? Carpenter means a person who make furniture. A person who make furniture. It is called as carpenter. So both are the people are working in day or night. The blacksmith and the carpenter begin their work early in the morning. He was starting his work in 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. So here a tong 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 make the sound by blacksmith, and tock 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 by the sound made by carpenter with a small hammer. So do you know the hammer? What do you mean by hammer? So here example of hammer you can see on the picture. So it is called as hammer. So that was the hammer you can see on the picture. It is called as hammer. So it is a small hammer that used by a carpenter. I hope ki carpenter use that types of hammer. So it is a sound. So that sound make a tong 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 sound. Okay. So it is hammer. So that types of sound also made by a carpenter. And next he saw. Saw means a instrument that is used to cut the wood. Wood means that is made by a plant. So that types of wood cut by his saw. So when he cut wood with the help of saw, the sound make kar 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 kar. So kar 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 He work day and night and make a lot of noise. Noise means a sound that is difficult to hear, that make us very disturbed. So that sound are always disturb to the minister when he was sleeping, and when he wake up in the morning, he wake up by hear a noisy sound that is ting tong tock tock kar kar kar. All that noise disturb the minister in all time. So I must do something about that. He thought that I was do something for it, because that sound was very and always disturb me when I was get up in the morning. One day the minister called to the blacksmith. He called to the blacksmith and said, "You must be shift your house to anywhere." Means there are, you make here so many noise, so please you can shift your house to anywhere. That's why we make the some peace. Same as the order he give to the carpenter. He also called to the carpenter and he say to, please, you must be shift your house to anywhere, because when you work, your noise are always disturb to me. So you must be shift your house to anywhere. Then after a few days, means after some days, a blacksmith went to the minister. The blacksmith come to the house of minister and he said, I am moving my house tomorrow. He said, I am moving my house tomorrow. He told the minister, and the minister feels so happy. Okay, at last it is very good news for me that he was shifting his house to anywhere. So he feel happy and he offered to the blacksmith, please stay away. You can take some lunch with me. He offered a lunch to a blacksmith because he was shifting his house. He was moving his house. Then the next day, the carpenter is also come to the minister. He went to the minister and he also said to minister, okay, so I was shifted my house, or I was moving my house tomorrow. Okay, he says I was moving my house tomorrow and you can live here peacefully. Then the minister was so overjoyed. He feels so happy. He said, oh no, you are too kind. He said, you are too kind. Please stay for lunch today. He said, please stay for lunch today. Then he was offered a very many tasty dishes to the carpenter, to the blacksmith, sweet, some fruits, and very tasty and delicious some juices to the carpenter as well as blacksmith. And then he said goodbye to them. He said goodbye to both are blacksmith and also a carpenter. The next day, when the minister going to the bed, means when he went to the bed, when he going to the sleep, he thought, thank God, at last the minister say that the carpenter and blacksmith are gone away. He was gone, and tomorrow when I wake up in the morning, there is no noise for here. I was hear a sound of birds, a sound of very sweet sound of bird, that is choo 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 choo, and any other sound. I feel so peacefully. There is no sound of ting tong tock tock kar kar. He thought that, and he was going to the sleep. But when he wake up in the morning, he saw there are a lot of noise like tock tock tock, tong tong tong, kar kar kar. He was annoyed. Annoyed means he was so angry. He feel, what is the sound is this here? I thought I was sleeping very peacefully, and what is the sound make this? Who was do that all types of noise here? He called his servant, please come here, go there and see who was make that type of sound here. He ordered to his servant. Servant means a people who work for him. A people who work for him, it is called as servant. A maid, उसे maid भी कहा जाता है. Okay, so he called his maid or his servant to come here and say who was make that types of sound here, who was make that sign, that types of noise here. Go and look at there. Then servant go and see who was make that type of sound. After some time, the servant come back. After some time, the servant was come back. They had some news for minister. He was some news for minister. It is good news or it is bad news. So we have seen the blacksmith and the carpenter have moved their house. They are exchanged their house. Means when a left side blacksmith was lived, then now the blacksmith live in the house of carpenter and the carpenter lives in the house of blacksmith. They exchange their houses. Minister's left side lived a carpenter, but now he was lived his right side, and where carpenter lived a left side, he was going to the right side. Means carpenter and blacksmith both are the exchange their houses. And again blacksmith and the carpenter carried their work to every day in their houses in day and night. Again the blacksmith and carpenter do their work in tong tong tong, tock tock tock, kar kar kar, so that all types of sound are make disturb always to the minister. So now the minister cannot do anything because they are doing their work. Okay, so that is the poem. Then here are some words like annoyed. Here are a difficult word named annoyed. So annoyed means क्या होता है? Annoyed means that is angry, because he feel so angry. He was so disturbed. That the word are called angry or annoyed. Okay. Next we have seen Uttaratna. Then he say here are the lesson named Tock Tock Tong Tong all the day. So here we have seen the title of this lesson, that is Tock Tock Tong Tong all the day. Means all the day Tong Tong by a blacksmith and Tock Tock by the carpenter, and that day and night all types of sound make of these two peoples, and they are annoyed, disturbed to the minister who live between in the house of blacksmith and carpenter. So you can see here are, that is the house of carpenter. It is house of carpenter. Then again here is the house of blacksmith. Okay, here carpenter, here blacksmith. In the between of these two people's house there is a big house of name a minister. So that is minister's house. Okay, so where is the minister live? He live between the carpenters and blacksmith house. Okay, are you understand it? Do you understand the lesson? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. So here we have learned the lesson named Tock Tock, Tong Tong all day long. So now I hope you understand the lesson. Now I have some questions related to the lesson. Okay, if you know the answer of this question, please say it. Okay students, so now tell me, who lived between the blacksmith and carpenter's house?
Minister.
Yes, very good. There is a minister lived in between the carpenter and the blacksmith house. Okay, very good. Now tell me, students, who used a big hammer?
Blacksmith.
Yes, because blacksmith make a iron instrument. He make a iron instrument. That's why he need a big hammer, like a big hammer, and he was throw it on the iron. And who use a small hammer?
Carpenter.
Yes, carpenter use a small hammer because he does his work on wood. He make some furnitures with the help of wood. That's why carpenter use a small hammer and blacksmith use a big hammer. Okay. So student, today we have learned the lesson named Tock Tock, Tong Tong all day long. Okay. Now after that, students, you must be write down a homework for today, and then we have over our class. So students, here are the homework for you. You match the pair. Okay. The homework for you, that is you match the pair. Write down. It is in your notebook. Firstly, write down tailor. Second number, here write down a cook. Number 3, doctor. Number 4, artist. Okay, tailor, then cook, then doctor, and then artist. Okay, so here student, we have write down the name of this person, means occupation, and in this left side we have write down the tools that they use. Okay, so what is the cook use? He use some stove, then oven, dish, spoon. Okay, who is using? You can match it. Number 2, here a cloth, then needle, then button, then here we write down a brushes, then scale, color, and at last, that is injection, then thermometer, okay, that is the homework for you. You must be complete the homework and it show me on tomorrow's, it is show me in tomorrow's lesson. Okay, so I am student, you like, enjoy and understand the class. Okay, thank you so much.